Hi, everyone. All right, this is Allison Creor coming to you, presenting my campus case study consultation and presentation. I'm going to go a little fast because I think that my time will run over. So, this is my second take, so I'm going to run through this a little bit quicker than before. Okay, the person I chose to interview was my supervisor. She is the manager of career and student services. She shared with me an ethical dilemma that she encountered at her previous institution, which is a large public urban research institution, while serving as the assistant director of the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs. It is important to know that there is an Office of Inclusive Excellence on this campus, and it's on the academic affairs side of the university. So the dilemma that my supervisor shared with me is this. She's a member of the Inclusive Excellence Committee, which was developed as an initiative out of the President's Office. There was a proposal on the table to develop an LGBTQT center. The dilemma that my supervisor encountered is that she had a hard time justifying an LGBTQT center because there were no centers on campus for other underrepresented groups. This is very challenging for her to reconcile and justify. So the main conflicts are whether or not to approve an LGBTQT center, not knowing if and when other centers would be developed for other underrepresented groups. Also, creating a multicultural center, for instance, could serve multiple groups rather than only one, but that wasn't on the table at the time. Another conflict is the origin of the initiative. Because the initiative came out of the president's office, there was more pressure to approve the center without comprehensive dialogue from across campus. The major stakeholders, although many students, faculty, and staff would be impacted, the major stakeholders in this case are the LGBTQT students, all other underrepresented students, and the members of the Inclusive Excellence Committee. So I've identified a couple foreseeable consequences. One, the LGBTQT Center is created and flourishes and serves the LGBTQT students well, but other underrepresented students feel less valued and they resent the fact there is no center for them. This decision could impact enrollment and retention. The other consequence could be negative behavior and actions of one group of students to another group of students. Another consequence is if there is no LGBTQT center, it could leave those students feeling less valued and important, and in turn affecting enrollment and retention with that population. Again, since there is no discussion regarding a multicultural center on the table, there is no clear indication whether it would be created or not. So my approach, I felt this was a very tricky situation given the top-down directive for the committee. If I were in my supervisor's position, I would consult with well-respected leadership on campus, those that I trust, to gain their perspective. Also, I'd refer to professional ethical standards. So ACPA outlines our responsibility to the institution. Specifically, student affairs professionals will support our universities or institutions' mission, goals, and policies. Also, restrict their professionals, restrict their private interests, identify their personal views and actions as private citizens from those expressed as professionals, and that'll be important later on in my presentation. Also, ACPA outlines our responsibility to society, specifically demonstrate concern for the welfare of all students and work for constructive change on behalf of the students. Not discriminate on the basis of age, culture, ethnicity, gender, ability, gender identity, race, class, religion, or sexual orientation. My tuition, when I first heard this dilemma, I had a concern that I really was unsure if my supervisor was approaching the dilemma without including any personal prejudice, aka her background beliefs. My professional code of ethics, I would definitely want to support the LGBTQ community, but I would not want to ignore or overlook other underrepresented communities. This university prides itself in being diverse, and I would propose, support, and advocate for a multicultural center where all underrepresented groups could be served and supported. Dash shares with us a quote by Labax. A good professional is called not simply to do something, but to be something. That quote really resonated with me. Doing something only because it is a top-down initiative is not being a good professional. If you take that directive at face value and you do not consider all implications, best practices, and ethical standards, that is not being a good professional. But fighting for justice for all underrepresented communities in this case is being something. So during my follow-up, I learned that my supervisor did not approve the LGBTQ center. And she did not advocate for any other solution. So I was a little disappointed in that fact. But perhaps she had other things on her plate that prevented her from doing that at the time. So I am not judging that course of action as good or bad. Because I don't know that situation there. So I will conclude by adding that I believe that my approach to this dilemma included another layer of incorporating ethical foundational principles, including benefiting others, promoting justice, and being faithful. So I hope you all have a great week, and I look forward to watching all the other presentations. Thank you.